Now I thought I'd start off this trip series showing something with it that's very present in my mind, and given the fact that we've just done the first stage of build series with the Ranger and getting it ready for this type of thing, I've been wondering what's this thing going to be like for towing a 2.5 ton camper trailer. Running gear wise in this, we've got the airbags fitted, we've got the transmission cooling system fitted. Other than that, the running gear is mostly stock. Now there's also some different kind of conditions when we've been driving through as well. Leaving Perth, we drove through the 2J foothills, and there's a lot of windy tracks and a lot of hillies. It's a very hilly sort of area, and we've got some massive headwinds. And then between Kalgoorlie and Norseman, there's some pretty average roads through there by memory before we get on the longer straight. After an 8 or 9 hour drive today, I reckon I'm going to have some fairly useful information to share with you. Anyway, enough crapping on. Hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. Last night was the most fun I've ever seen the boys have camping. Boys are out gathering firewood, so keeping them busy. That's not a log, that's a bloody railway sleeper, boys. But the trains, yeah, sort of kept coming throughout the night. It kind of sound like they're right on your doorstep. I'll be honest with you, it felt like suspension wise, probably felt like it would feel on a bumpy road without the trailer.
When you put your hand in my jacket, I'm thinking so irrational. You flew me international now. And we can spend hours reading the signals, but that's so unoriginal. What if we took this back to my house? Under all these lights, I gotta take a minute to calm down. But I feel like...
What's that, mate?
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah, go for it, mate.
Which electronic thing has the most around here? Trucks, cars, or campers? It can't be campers, because I saw a car going across the road without a camper behind it.
Alright.
And I'll have hot cross country.
Do you want Nutella on it?
Just like that.
Just like that. Okay, so we've just put up at Southern Cross. I don't know, it's about 400 k's, so maybe halfway to where we want to get tonight. Unfortunately, probably a little bit behind schedule, but that's just how it goes sometimes. We noticed, well, I got a message from Anita about an hour or two in that Zach had left his suitcase with all his toys and his books and all the activity stuff that he might need. So I dropped in at a town a little while back and tried to find a news agency or something for him, like not so much crosswords, but you know what I mean, just little novelty books for kids, but nothing going. So something I'll have to work out going forward. Tell you what, if you're ever in doubt about having a UHF on the road, check out this little situation here I came across.
Tell me, should I go and call up a taxi? We can make out for a plane in the backseat.
Having the radio, I knew something was coming up. It was just a matter of time, and then suddenly you see him down the road there, and thankfully I was already slowed down quite a bit, and which made it safe for me to just jump off the road. But just remember, if you're towing, you can't always pull up as quick as you want to, and there's actually a lot of road work here at the moment. It's not the sort of road where you want to be stuck. There's, between Perth and Kalgoorlie, where you'll find a lot of traffic. We'll see how much there is after Coolgardie, which is the turn-off essentially. So you come across Coolgardie, either going straight through to Kalgoorlie, you're going south to Norseman, which is, the start of the road across the guts there. but there's a lot of trucks, a lot of cars around the place, and I guess the thought of not having a CB radio and not knowing what's going on would be a bloody nightmare, because there's roadworks out there as well, and you know, everyone's trying to do their best to communicate, and people are trying to communicate with the pilot vehicles about when it's safe to overtake and when it's not, and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, we'll punch on here. We've just filled up and we'll see how far we get.
Please tell me now how that all sounds. You can sleep in while I make breakfast, watch cartoons and talk about exits. And if you're happy, stick around. I just feel like this is worth the risk. I never felt a fire like this. If I told you I was ready right this minute.
Alrighty, so we're approaching camp here now, and I'll tell you what, we're losing light pretty quickly here, and I think we're probably just going to get here in time. How far is turn off, mate? 100 metres. Look, it's a reasonable sized area here. So it's called Lake Cowan. So found it on Wiki Camps in between reception, because we didn't actually get as far as we wanted to, and I had a handful of spots picked out. But basically turn off the main road, and there's spots going a fair way back. I think we might have...
Right now it's 5:35.
Is that? Alright, we'll just get out of here and have a quick look, and we'll check back with you once we're getting set up. Alrighty, so we're all set up here now, and I probably won't be able to show you too much of camp here tonight, but I'll show you in the morning, and I haven't forgotten to give you the feedback on how the Ranger drove this afternoon with some rougher roads. Just been a bit busy. Unfortunately, it was just getting dark as we got here, and it's maybe half an hour later now. The boys are out gathering firewood, so keeping them busy. So this is us here. So I've actually got a white light there at the moment, which would be good for cooking, and I've actually got an orange light there that I'll switch to later. Got the air fryer going here for Hurley, but myself and Zach, I'll cook up a bit of food here. Got the toast in the morning. So we've got the inverter pumping, and all the, you know, the electrics sort of working as I need them to. But look at this, the boys got the deckies here, and they actually gathered up all these rocks here, and you know, pretty much this was sort of Hurley, just sort of gave him a bit of an idea of how to do it, and he just the boys are just into it. You know, it's funny driving up here. So what do you reckon about a campfire? They're like, nah. But as soon as we got here, bang, they're into it. So I said to him, how long do you reckon that's going to burn? I go, no, probably just a couple of minutes. I said, yeah, go and grab some real firewood. I got some firewood here, but I actually want to get them to gather up some stuff we can bloody use. And got the old sand heaver mat there, and we've got our old thermocell down there, because as soon as we got here, but I got bit in the arm within moments of being here. And the weather is absolutely bloody fantastic. It's a beautiful night, and I tell you what, it's going to be an amazing sunrise. Unfortunately, as you go inland to WA, it gets darker quicker, but it does get lighter a lot earlier. So we'll be up at first light, and we'll give you a bit of a look here. But once the boys are back, if they come back, I hope they do, we'll show you them, you know, sort of trying to light a fire. So this is definitely the fun part of the camping for me. Like, yeah, it's a bloody long day, but they've forgotten about the long drive now, and they're really into this. And once we get some food going here, and there you go, there's Hurley's little nuggets and chip here. But fortunately, Hurley sort of hasn't evolved with his food taste yet as much as I'd like. But you know, Zach will eat what I eat, and not sure whether we cook on the fire yet or cook on here. We'll sort of see what he's keen to do. But basically what I do is I just put on the boys. I said, look, we've got a couple of camping options here. What do you want? Tell them a bit about it, and they make a choice. But again, like food's like, what do you guys want? And we sort of work through it from there. So I can hear some voice in the distance here. Need some help carrying it? That's not a log, it's a bloody railway sleeper, boys.
Flip.
That's right, just put it over here, we can't burn that.
We tried from all the way over there.
Jeez. Good job, but yeah, we can't burn that.
I thought you would cut it up.
Oh, I got the axe, but I need a chainsaw to cut that.
Ah,
It's a good idea though.
that really hurt too.
It's pretty heavy. No, look around the trees here, you'll find some stuff.
Ah,
That's alright. Let's jump on in. We'll just
I told him
we'll just get off the track.
I told him I'd seen it before, and then when we found it, we did all that work for nothing.
Alright, you good there?
Yeah.
Oh, don't drop them. Meanwhile, alright Zach, so
Okay, ready.
remember, make sure it's lit up first.
Try
We'll
to
try and
get
get
in
under. That's it. Try again.
Plop it out.
Yeah, you won't burn yourself. You've got probably a little bit longer than you think. That's it. Now use another stick to push it in. Let's pull one of these off
Oh, it's set.
and use that to push it in.
Oh, and you just push it in.
Small one will fit better. Alright, now you get another one here. Use that and put it on the other side.
Okay.
Yep.
No.
See, there's a big gap under there. Alright, again, just want to push under a bit. That actually might be okay there. Enough sticks and stuff to make it go.
Do we put some of these in there?
Well, let's wait for it to be going first. So I've got some bigger bits there.
True.
Alright, Zach's masterpiece, eh? And Hurley's.
Yeah, Hurley did all the stickies. Well, most of them at least.
And how you going here, mate?
Done.
Got them? What do you reckon? Beautiful. Oh, Hurley's all sorted out here. Have a look at this. All good there, bud?
Yep.
Yep. Alright, you're going to keep an eye on the fire, make sure it's
I
going.
hid the torch right there. I hid the torch and
Oh, you hid the torch from your brother, did you?
Yep.
Alright, keep an eye on that, make sure it's going alright. For dinner here tonight, we've got... Sorry, I'm just trying to prepare all the other bits and pieces. So, this would be mine and Zach's special camping treat. One of those ones I try not to have at home, so I actually want to make it a, you know, like a special camping kind of type of thing. So this is actually just pork belly strips.
woohoo! No, I messed up. What are you doing?
Because it's a bit late,
Because it's great
we'll
having
try not to
pork
do it
belly.
tomorrow night. I'm actually just going to cook these up on the pan here.
I messed up.
And I'm going to cheat and we're just going to do some chips in the air fryer. Alright, so we are running out of camera life here at the moment, so pork is ready.
Ow. That
Hey,
was
Zach.
your fault.
Zach, which one do you want, mate? You can pick.
You think this one.
That one? Alright.
Yes.
Hang on, I'll leave it there. I'll just
Is that right?
get these out.
I heap of what?
What do you? I use your bloody fingers.
I'm moving it over. So we got space for the chippy.
There we go. How about that?
Can I have a look at the brand, see if it's actually a new
Oh
one?
jeez mate, we're nearly out of ale, are we?
Nah.
You've been so stingy for. There we go.
Holy foot.
So I think at this point we're just gonna smash down this food as no, it's like 7:30 now, so it's a bit later than what it normally is when we eat, but
It's that tree.
we're just gonna grab a spot here by the fire, chuck on some tunes and chill out and enjoy the rest of the night, and we'll talk to you likely in the morning
Tree
for
area.
what I think is going to be a bloody beautiful sunrise. Well, good morning. It's about 6. The sun is just coming up over there. How good is that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck the drone up here and give you a look at that, because I reckon that's probably the best way to capture it. and then when I jump back, we'll catch up on a few things that happened last night, and like the ranger performance stuff as well. Interesting night. I'll show you if you can hear the truck in the background there. It's a lovely spot, but you can see from the the drone footage there how close we are to the tracks. So we kind of set ourselves up for that one. So maybe half a dozen or so trains last night, throughout the night. They kind of, well, basically all the trucks went through to about midnight, and after midnight it quietened down. But the trains, yeah, sort of kept coming throughout the night, and they kind of sound like they're right on your doorstep, but that's alright. I think we still had a decent sleep anyway, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. You slept through a couple of them.
Yeah.
I turned over and you were still sleeping.
I only had 2 of them.
Yeah. Lucky bugger, aren't you?
Yeah.
However, I'll say that last night was...
That was a long night.
Certainly was. Last night was the most fun I've ever seen the boys have camping. So basically when we got here, Zach was straight on to trying to help me set up. And, you know, contributing to all the jobs here, whereas Hurley wasn't so interested. However, set Hurley the task of going to get some sticks and stuff for the fire, which he did. And then after a while, once it kind of got set up, Zach went and helped him out, and they both went and foraged and gathered up a few things and tried to come back with a railway sleeper. They carried it about 50 metres until I said, like, yes, sorry boys, it's just a little bit big. There you go, buddy. And then there was a couple of nice little gifts from Mum as well. How good was that? So basically what happened was Anita put a couple of little surprise gifts in their little suitcases, and Zach found his first and then Hurley found his later. So what did you get from Mum?
I got Chattermax from Bluey.
Yep. And then what else?
I think it was a Lego set.
Yep. So that's something you can maybe have a go at while we're driving, eh?
I have a special teddy called Fluffy from Santa. And I also have a little puppy called Fluffy.
Pretty good, eh?
Yeah. The Fluffy from Santa is Fluffy 1. The puppy is Fluffy 2.
Sounds a good idea, mate. All the electrics has performed well. Power-wise, we've gone through, we're at 57%, so we used the air fryer a little bit last night and just used lights, and we just used everything as we needed to without any sort of care for power, really. So this place was called Lake Cowan. For anyone wiki camps, you see there's salt lakes all around here. The highway is very close, the railway is very close. There was a few free camps just, you know, along the stretch from probably Higginsville to here, which is probably the next sort of 30 odd K. So only difference would be perhaps you don't get the view of the lake, or Salt Lake as it is this time of year. Now I'll give you a bit of a look around camp here. unfortunately, this trip is myself and the boys. You know, without going into too much, unfortunately myself and Neats at this point in time have, you know, very unwell family members. So unfortunately Nita had to stay home and she couldn't join us for this one. So it was a bit of a sad time to, you know, leaving her at home and her, you know, not being without the kids for a while. But again, look, this is just a trip that we had to do, and you know, we're kind of trying to make the most of it, you know. Shower set up here. I just tied on with a rope up the top there and then have my little mat that's drying off there. The toilet I've just moved around. I sort of had it here with the door there, so just a bit of privacy. I actually put the jockey wheel down just for a bit of stability. The thing about the Ranger that I didn't have with the Pajero is I can actually open the back up here and access everything, and there's still plenty of room to the trailer, which is nice. You sort of see there's a couple of caravans over there. There's a few more sort of scattered through there. There's heaps more room all the way back over there, and you know, way up there. The Ranger performance. So towing from Coolgardie to here, like the roads through here, they definitely made a lot of improvements, that's for sure, but the road is definitely still bumpier than most of the road from Perth to here. I'll be honest with you, it felt like suspension wise, it probably felt like it would feel on a bumpy road without the trailer. Honestly, but the trailer, I didn't even notice it was there. Like even with the, when you get any big bumps with the airbags, or the airbag man airbags, basically what the car does is sort of, it just settles really quickly. So it'll, you know, you'll get your bump, and then bang, it just sits. It's really nice. With the firmer suspension that you do get on the Ranger, you do probably feel the smaller bumps a bit more. But again, yeah, it's like I didn't even have the camper on there, to be honest with you. The fuel use on probably some flatter areas, and I probably feel like 16.7 litres per 100 k's was probably the best I got. I'm unsure if that's going to improve, you know, with, you know, there's no wind this morning, so that surprised me a bit. I was sort of hoping to get a bit better. A lot of people say you can get around 15, no worries, but I'm not sure if, you know, that's to do with the, you know, the settings in the transmission. A lot of people use sport mode to try and keep the transmission cool. Yeah, for the most part, the Ranger, you don't even, it does feel like a big car, and you don't even feel the camper trailer on there. Like, you don't notice you got 2.5 ton on there until you try and stop. But overtaking as well, yeah, there's no worries there. It's definitely got plenty up and go. I think it's time for us here now, so I will give you a setup with the Ranger and the camper, what we've got. We've done a few things very differently. There's some pros and cons and some things I have to adjust. Now I've got the camper trailer open, I'm going to sort of try and get that set up, so when we pull up tonight, a lot of the stuff is in there ready to go. So packed down took about 40 minutes, which is a bit longer than I'd like. It's 20 to 9 now, so definitely later than we used to get on the road, but I guess, you know, that's just how it's going to be, you know. I guess being the solo parent out here with the 2 kids, there's obviously a bit to work through, and then I think with each day we'll sort of work out some little bits and pieces here and there, and you know, we'll definitely sort of tune some things to make life easier for ourselves, and I've already done that, you know, which will both help when we get to camp and when we try and pack up in the morning. But look, I hope you enjoyed the first video from this trip. There's obviously going to be quite a few more to come here, and you know, if you like what you're seeing today, we'd definitely love it if you could like the video, and you know, that'll help us. And if you want to follow our journey, you know, check out some other videos or subscribe to the channel, and we'll keep these things coming. But again, any questions, thoughts, feedback, chuck them in the comments. I'll love to hear them, and I'll always read them. And you know, if there's something I can answer for you, let me know. Yeah, definitely got some more adventures to come here as we work our way across the country and keep trying to, you know, provide these kids with entertainment, good times, and yeah, I don't mind it out here as well. It's bloody beautiful. I'm Diesel for Getting Around Oz, camper trailer traveling. We'll catch the next one. Hooroo.